My heritage is Cuban and German. My Cuban heritage was kind of shrouded in mystery there for a while. Hush, Kingly. Because my dad's mother died when he was very young, and he never really talked about his mom. His father really wasn't really close to us. When we were growing up, we didn't even speak Spanish because we were trying to assimilate into a culture here in America. Now, my mother is German, and my heritage from that side of the family has always been a very strong sense of duty, obligation, rules, respect. That was a huge one. But those are all cultural norms and rules that are specific to maybe like the German culture. But what I can say that is pretty similar to both, and it's not really what you would imagine, but it's a heritage or a culture of poverty. We've always grown up very poor, and to us, it was normal because everybody around us, it was pretty much a product of our environment. And that's one thing that I've noticed. Culture is completely dependent on environment. If my environment was different than it was, then my culture would have been different. And just like you grew up in a different place than me, so your environment was different, therefore your culture is different. But that doesn't mean that us as Americans maybe don't share in the same overall culture, which we do. Individualism, freedom, things like that. We all share that. But it's the subcultures that give way to change. For example, I think we are pushing forward to a more globalized culture. And we can even see that in little subcultures that arise even now, where you're on a particular social media network and there are rules or norms for that chat or that gameplay, but it's completely the same way. And you can pick up on the fact that more and more people, even around us, as we're living, are more socially aggregated than everybody else. Or not everybody else, but more socially aggregated than that's what you notice. But take that person and put them in a social media context and then they blossom. It's just where we're heading towards. It's just a different culture of how we're changing. And I think it's pretty much inevitable with the different ways that we're communicating. And I think that's pretty awesome. Yes, digital, okay, express. And one of the ways that happens is the looking glass. Coolies, Cooley says that's how we develop, and it's absolutely true. When I speak to you, I'm thinking about, okay, well, what are you thinking about me? What are you thinking about what I'm saying? And it's just a part of the looking glass. And we all grow up, and that's how we all develop our social culture, our societies. And not every culture is going to be perfect. Like ours, we have our own subcultures and deviant cultures that produce, say, radical movements like the 99%. That was a radical movement that was a part of us. It was subculture, but it had something to say. It had something to reflect on everybody else. And with that comes a need to express yourself through art, through music, through writing. These are the things that give way to the need of self-expression, and that's where art comes in. Even propaganda is just a form of art, of a form of expression. So that's where I think it's really important to make sure that we hear and tolerate everyone, because we all have something to say. So hopefully I will hear what you have to say on my video. Thank you.